Welcome to PACK EXPO Chicago 2022. My name is Joe Campbell. I'm head of marketing for Universal Robots here in North America, and we are in the UR booth in the North Hall. Today's demo that we're featuring is the brand new UR20, our newest cobot, just introduced this summer. This is actually the first time we've shown it in a packaging or palletizing application. What's unique about the UR20 is it is our biggest robot with the longest reach, 1,750 millimeters. It's our strongest robot with a 20 kilo payload capacity throughout the work envelope, and it is also our fastest cobot. It is actually perfect for packaging and palletizing applications, as you can see here. The footprint is very tight, very small, it's very space efficient. The reach in the work envelope allows us to handle a full-size pallet, full height, either US or European standards, and we are getting great response to the product here in North America. So we're taking orders for the UR20 now for shipment next year, and we're excited to see the kind of interest that we're hearing. The single message that we hear the most from the PACK EXPO attendees is labor. Everybody is still struggling to fill manufacturing labor positions, and palletizing is one of those classic, dull, dirty, dangerous applications. Nobody really wants to stack boxes for an 8-hour day. It's a perfect place for automation. And it's a perfect place for cobot automation because of the ease of deployment and the really efficient use of space. Now, I'm going to turn this over to my colleague, Ryan Weaver, who's Vice President of our partner, Robotiq. Robotiq is one of our partners that we've worked with for years, and they have actually developed a vertical application for palletizing, both on the UR10 and the brand new UR20. Ryan?
Thanks, Joe. So I'm Ryan Weaver, Vice President Commercial here at Robotiq. We're one of Universal Robots' UR Plus solution partners. And what we have for you today is the palletizing solution with the UR20. And so we've been palletizing with Universal Robots for many years. We have been supporting the UR10 and now the UR20 to make cobot palletizing much easier for people. What we have here is a fairly standard example of what we're doing on the floor, again, as Joe said, in small footprints all across the world. And instead of palletizing like you would with traditional robots over the course of maybe 3 months after you place the order, you have the unit on your floor, and then 3 months later, you're actually palletizing. What we're doing here, we're palletizing on day one when you take this out of the box. And the way that we can do that is really with this user interface, which is seamlessly tied in with the Universal Robots Polyscope programming environment. And so I go right in here, and what we're going to ask you is 3 questions to set up your palletizing application. We ask you for your box dimensions. Do you have a label? What side of the box is that on? So we can make sure it's always facing out. Then we're going to ask you how big is your pallet. So take that tape measure out, measure your pallet, enter the dimensions. Okay, and then once we know that, we know your box size and your pallet size, we can, in real space, set up the live dimensions of your pallet, your layout that you want for an A pattern, a B pattern. We can handle things like interlayers, for example, all kinds of different pallet sizes. And now we're up and running because from a programming or teaching standpoint, it's very simple. All we do is teach the pickup location, and the robot, the software we have, our material handling co-pilot, which lives right on Universal Robot system, does all of the rest in terms of controlling the motion to do that palletizing application.